So you just landed a brand new sales job. I'm sure you're excited. You're pumped. You are ready to make commissionable dollars. So the question bears, how do you make an immediate impact in a new company? You see, one of the questions that gets often DM'd to me is people are looking to break into a new sales career, whether it's medical device, B2B, software sales, you name it. I've received these emails or these direct messages, and it's often tied around one simple question. I want to make an impact immediately. How do I do that? Well, that's a great question. And you're probably asking that question because you are a overperformer. You are someone who wants to achieve results at the highest level possible. And that's good for you because sales requires a mentality like that. Salespeople have to want to achieve at a higher level than their peers. So while this is great ambition, it can often be met with challenges, especially in a new career, in a new industry. So there's two traits that don't really change when you are in a sales career. And these two traits or these two attributes or these two skill sets, however you want to define them, are what's going to set you up for a long, successful sales career. The common mistake people make is they want to go out and they want to generate revenue right away. They want to sell their product, their service, their portfolio immediately. And the problem when you try to sell immediately, you typically don't get a full understanding or the layout of your entire organization, of your prospects, of your competitors, of your business plan. Trying to sell too soon is often met with high rejection. So here's two things you can do immediately in your new field, in your new career, in your new sales territory that are going to help make an immediate impact and will eventually lead to great revenue and higher commissionable dollars. The first thing you can do is be the likable new sales rep. That's it. Your job when you immediately get to the field in a new sales job is to be the likable new sales rep. Everyone knows, every prospect, every customer, every interaction, people know you're a salesperson. They know you're a sales professional. They know you're trying to sell a product, service, etc. You don't have to tell people, I'm here to sell you something. Your job is to simply be the likable new rep. Work on those people skills that salespeople often have that are often admired by others. Be a likable new rep. But that doesn't solve a problem. That doesn't bring revenue. That doesn't make commissionable dollars. That's often the objection I hear when I tell someone your job is to be the likable new rep. Well, the second part, the second skill, which is probably more important than the first skill when you're becoming a new sales rep and you want to make an immediate impact, is to identify and solve problems. Solve problems, don't sell. Point blank. If you are a likable new rep and you've identified problems and you have come up with solutions for these problems, typically selling your product, service, or portfolio is pretty simple and it comes really natural. The common mistake sales reps make is they want to sell too soon without fully understanding the layout of the land. Solve problems, be a likable new sales rep. Once you implement those two things within your first 30, 60, 90 days in the field, you'll start to identify correct opportunities. You'll start to be able to prospect and qualify correctly, and then be able to sell, drive, and generate revenue will come a little bit more naturally. If you make the mistake and try to sell too soon, you start to lose all the time that's needed to qualify, prospect correctly. Let's rephrase that. Your job when you're a brand new sales rep and you want to make an immediate impact is to 1, be the likable new sales rep, 2, solve a problem, identify the problem, solve it, present a solution. And once you do those two things effectively, typically generating revenue comes naturally after the fact. If for whatever reason you need help implementing your first 30, 60, 90 days in your new territory, reach out to me in the DMs, comment below. I'd love to hear from you. I'm Anthony Garcia. Do me a favor, be sure to subscribe to the blog, and I'll see you next week.